Welcome to my channel and welcome to my own little corner. And in my own little corner today we're going to be cooking. Yes, it's dinner time and we're going to be making dinner. But today's dinner is going to be a bit different. Yes, today I am having appetite for festival. So I am going to be making festival. So here I am getting my flour, my all-purpose flour. And when I check, I have no baking powder, so I am using baking soda. Yes, and I'm not using too much, about half a teaspoon. Yes. Now I am going to be making my milk, preparing my milk for to mix my flour. And I'm using whole milk. Then I am adding my brown sugar to my whole milk. Yes, brown sugar. And I'm going to be mixing to dissolve the sugar. Washing my hands before I do my flour. I don't mix my flour with my hands, but I still have to wash my hands. I always mix my flour using a fork. And now I am going to be adding my butter to my, but first let me mix to incorporate the baking powder. And a bit of sea salt. I don't use my hand to mix my flour. I always use a fork when mixing my flour. So now I'm adding my butter. Yes, your festival, when you're making festival, you need butter and the baking powder. And the mixture, you have to have sugar in your mixture when you're making your festival. And I'm going to be mixing the butter. I want to make sure that the butter is incorporated in the flour. And I am going to be mixing. At this point, I kind of forget that I am not making plain fried dumpling. Here I was just mixing to make plain fried dumpling. For some reason, I forgot that I was making festival. Can you tell? Yes. I I am forgetting that I am not making plain dumplings. So in comes my cornmeal. And remember, you cannot make festival without cornmeal. Yes, I understand, right? You cannot make festival without cornmeal. So I am adding my cornmeal. Well, it was not too late. I'm adding my cornmeal to my flour mixture. And now I am mixing to incorporate the cornmeal into the flour. Yes. For a minute I thought I forgot that I was not making plain Johnny cakes. I am making festival. And I'm turning on my stove to heat my pot with my oil. Now this is taking forever. This is taking forever. So I am going to be pouring my oil in my saucepan. Yes, you see how quickly that is? Wash my hands and back to my flour. Okay, so I am mixing to incorporate all my ingredients. And now I am going to be kneading my flour. And yes, as you can see, I have kneaded my flour. And see the dough, perfect. So I am separating the flour to make my festival. Yes, you separate them in small pieces. Yes, see? Small and neat. And now you roll your dough. Roll your dough to form your festival. Yes, you roll your dough to form your festival. See? Perfect festival. And you repeat that process until you have enough festival in your saucepan. Yes, my frying pan can hold a few. And remember, when you're making festival, you need flour, you need sugar, baking powder, butter, and milk. Whatever milk you choose to use, that's your choice. I am using whole milk. Yes, that's what you need for your festival. You cannot make festival. Oh, let me show you. See? They're already golden brown. Yes, my nice festivals. You cannot make festival without sugar. And I prefer brown sugar because trust me, brown sugar give everything a different flavor. So I prefer using brown sugar. And the brown sugar also helps in making them golden brown. You see how beautiful my festivals are? They are so beautiful. Yes, I'm washing my what is this again? Tekopa. And my festivals are ready. So I am taking out the set. Then I'm going to be adding the other set to the oil. And they are golden brown. Your festivals should be golden brown. When they're golden brown, they're more appetizing. So make sure that your festivals are golden brown. Now I'm going to be adding the next set to my frying pot. And I'm just repeating the same process that I did with the first set. Oh, this one is too big. That one was a carnival, not a festival. And you make your festival on medium heat because you don't want to turn the stove up too much. Then the outside is going to be golden brown and the inside is not fried. So you fry on medium heat. So while I'm waiting on the other set of festival to finish, I am coming in with my seasoning. Yes, I have fishes from yesterday's dinner, Escotivch fish. So I'm just going to be doing some fresh seasoning to add to them. Let me turn my festival before they're burnt. I don't want them burnt. I want them golden brown. So I am cutting my seasoning for my Escotivch. Yes, I just want to tap up the seasoning a bit. I have seasoning on them from yesterday, but I just need some fresh seasoning. And I don't know why I am always choosing this small knife. Yes, this is the second smallest one. I don't know why I love these small knives and they're always giving me problem. But I don't like the big ones because I'm afraid to cut my finger. Now I'm going to be adding my seasoning to my pot. Then I'm going to be adding some oil. Yes, all I wanted was a bit so I could use that. Now my vinegar. And I'm going to use some of the oil from this pot. That's what I should have done in the first place. And I'm adding some basil. Some red pepper flakes. Yes, you know I'm doing fish, so I need pepper. And I'm adding a little bit of all-purpose. Now I'm going to be putting that on the stove. Yes, and leave it to simmer down a bit. I want them crunchy, so I'm not going to be cooking them for too long. And back to my festival, yes, I don't want them to burn. Now I'm removing the festivals because they're all done. One minute. Okay, these are my fishes from yesterday. See? Nice Escovitch snapper. So I am going to be reheating the seasoning that I have. I'm going to be reheating the seasoning that I have on the fishes. Yes, it makes no sense for me to stretch. All I have to do is just switch the pots around. Yes, I'm adding the seasoning to my pot. Yes, just to heat them up a bit. And did you know that Escoviitch fish? Oh, Jesus. Did you know that Escoviitch fish is nicer the day after than the day when they are actually done? Yes, because all the seasoning is soaked and the Escotivch sauce is soaked into the fishes. So a lot of people prefer them the day after and not the day off. Yes, so I'm mixing to incorporate everything, and while I'm waiting on my Escotivch to finish, I'm going to be washing the stuff that I use. It's not much, but you know me, I wash as I go. I cannot eat on a dirty kitchen, nor can I cook on a dirty kitchen. Yes, I have to wash as I go. It's not much, but I have to wash them up. See, it's not much. But I cannot leave them in my sink. I have to wash them. Trust and believe me. And as easy as that, I am all done. And remember to empty your drain basket. You are not finished until I empty the drain basket. Okay, back to my Escotivch. And I was reheating my snappers in my microwave. Yes, it's going to burn me. Yes, I was reheating my snappers in my microwave. So now I am going to be adding my Escotivch to the snapper. Yes, so I am spooning my Escotivch onto my snapper. I know you want to see. So, my golden brown festivals and my Escotivch snapper. Yes, I love me a whole lot of seasoning. Especially on my Escotivch, I love a whole lot of seasoning. Escotivch is not nice, but by the time you start enjoying it, the seasoning is finished. And that's my Escotivch fish and my golden brown festival. Look at how beautiful they are. And see, they are done to perfection. And how can you have fish and a festival without ripe pear? Yes, this is a ripe pear. Here they say avocado. And trust and believe me, when you get a good one, you get a good one. I washed my pear and ooh, look how beautiful that is. Wow. And just like always, all good things must come to an end. And in my case, it's a very good ending because it means it's time for me to eat. Look at my golden brown. Look at, dinner nice. And just as always, my kitchen is squeaky clean. Yes. And it's time to serve. So I am plating my snapper, my Escotivch snapper, and I am adding my seasoning. Yes, I love me a whole lot of seasoning on my Escotivch fish. I think that's the nicest part. And I have to add juice on my fish, yes. You cannot have Escotivch fish with 2 or 3 pieces of seasoning, and then by the time you start eating, it's done. And look at my festivals. Oh my God, they are juicy and yummy and crunchy. You can tell dinner nice, right? You can tell dinner nice, right? Yes, man, dinner finger licking, man, as always. As always, dinner finger licking. And now my pear, my avocado, my ripe pear. Fish and festival with pear. Top shelf dinner this. Top shelf dinner this. Yes. Top shelf dinner this. One thing is for certain and two things is for sure. I think I can't go to no restaurant up here and order this, you know. Where? Which day? Which holiday? Can't go to no restaurant up here and order this. And yes, it is dinner, but I am having a cup of tea with my dinner. Oh, a cup of hot Milo. Hot Milo. A cup of hot Milo with my dinner. Yes, it is dinner. And Milo with brown sugar. I told you it was dinner with a difference. I told it was it's a different kind of dinner. And to wash that down, I have some orange juice. And the water is boiled. So now, okay, waiting on the water to finish boil. And now I'm pouring my boiled water onto my Milo. When last you have a cup of Milo tea? When last you have a cup of Milo tea? You can tell it's a dinner nice, right? Dinner nice. And just like that, dinner is served. Bon appetit, everybody. Dinner is served. Yummilicious. Yummy. Dinner is served.